Is you ready, Freddy? All right, so this is Nothing Special, episode 8. With your boy Zeke.
And I'm Brian.
And today this is a surprise topic for Brian because we had another one planned, which did not work out yesterday thanks to an asshole dog. But, it's fine. We'll get it all figured out. We'll do that one eventually. So this one here, be easy. Let me ask you a question. Are you a fan of Thanksgiving? Or just the food?
I'd say I was a fan. Because it was like one of the times a year that I'd get to hang out with family and stuff.
Yeah.
See family that I normally don't get to see.
Right. But you got to admit your favorite part is the food.
Yeah.
Okay.
Favorite part is the food.
Definitely. Okay, so you remember how we were talking about the overrated, underrated thing?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't make this list, so I don't want to hear any judgment or anything. But let's do an over underrated on the top 10 Thanksgiving foods.
Okay.
All right, so here we go. I'm going to start from the bottom up. And again, we didn't make this list, but I do have a couple interesting facts about yams and something else. Okay, so let's start with number 10. Mac and cheese. Overrated, underrated?
Underrated.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's one of those things like mac and cheese is underrated because I know some Thanksgiving, at least some families probably won't include it.
Right.
Because they think it's, probably like white trash or something like that.
They're fucking high.
Yeah. But, they're the ones making like that Velveeta.
Oh, yeah. They're
stuff.
The bullshit pre-made, basically.
Yeah. So they whip that together and be like, oh, here's some homemade mac and cheese. No, bitch.
When you had some real homemade mac and cheese, bruh.
Let me make some bacon mac and cheese.
Yes, bacon. That. I'm not gonna lie. That's some white people shit, but that's some white people shit I would fuck with for real. But you just can't be doing too much. You know what I mean? Like I've seen some people throw like Kraft slices on top of bland ass noodles, and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna throw some pepper on here." And I'm like, what the fuck is this mockery? What's this blasphemous shit you're throwing in my face right now? Jesus, that scared the hell out of me.
Yeah, let me make some mac and cheese.
How do you get your mac and cheese ready?
Me, I start off with a blonde roux.
Mm-hmm.
Add cream, add cheese. Usually, like maybe I'd probably do like some like Monterey, along with some Parmesan.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm feeling spendy, maybe throw some Gruyere in there.
What the fuck is that?
It's it's another white cheese, I believe. It melts really well. It's a really good melty cheese. Then, throw in your noodles, bacon, season with salt and pepper.
What's another good seasoning to throw on some mac and cheese? For me, I'm like Mexican trash, so I'll throw on that Tony Chachere's real quick.
That's not bad. I guess it depends on like what kind of mac and cheese you're going for.
I'm a fan of traditional mac and cheese, more or less.
Mm-hmm.
Like traditional mac and cheese, you just can't go wrong with that.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't know why so many people try to spice that up. Okay, are you a fan of like spicy mac and cheese?
Yeah, I'll eat it.
I think,
I'll put a little bit of sriracha on my shit.
Oh yeah, you're a spice guy.
Yeah.
You're a spice addict.
Yeah.
So mac and cheese for sure, and that's also like the perfect like side.
Yeah.
I remember there's multiple times where I've gone to, Thanksgiving gatherings, and like just like you have some ham or turkey or whatever, and like mac and cheese would dominate the plate more or less.
Yeah.
If it depending on who made it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because I can't make mac and cheese. I'll fuck around and do that Velveeta shit and be like, oh, I'm a fucking G. Like I just killed this shit. Ain't nobody fucking with my skills. Meanwhile, I'm over here reading directions as I make my Instagram post of my mac and cheese. Fucking mac and cheese. Okay. This could be a short podcast. Could be a long one. Who knows? Depends on the topics. But I do have a bonus question at the end. Okay. So number 9, cornbread. Overrated, underrated?
See, I don't think we ever had cornbread at our Thanksgivings. At least the ones that we would do at my grandma's house.
Right.
So, all
right.
I don't really know.
Okay, so minus the Thanksgiving, is cornbread overrated or underrated? I say, I'd have to say for me, it's fucking underrated because sometimes you can get that cornbread that is just sweet
Mm-hmm.
and it's got that fucking perfect taste to it.
Yeah, that
Ooh-wee.
buttermilk cornbread.
Ooh, yeah. And it's super soft. Can't be too soft. Can't be like mush, you know,
Right.
like a fucking cow brain or something. But you can find some bomb ass cornbread. I got a homeboy whose mom makes some cornbread. Like I would legit pay her money for that cornbread. I should insert that clip from Life right here. You eat your cornbread. No, but are you a big cornbread fan?
Yeah, I like cornbread. I generally go for the cornbread with like the jalapenos and shit in it.
Yeah.
So
You know, you seem like you do too much with your food. You be going hard. You be going extra.
yeah, I like good shit.
Pew, 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 pew. Hit the fucking air over. Oh shit. All right. We're moving fast. Be easy. We're moving fast. Number 8, yams.
I honestly can't think of the last time I've had yams.
But I do have some shit to read. I gotta read. You ready for this shit?
All right.
So I saw this list, and so, I mean, I'll go ahead and spoil it, but we're not there yet, so don't answer anything about this thing. But so I was like, what? Yams and sweet potatoes are on here.
Yeah.
So what is a real yam? Yams are native to Africa and Asia, with the majority of the crop coming from Africa. They are related to lilies and can be as small as a regular potato or jumbo in size. Yams have a cylindrical shape with blackish or brown bark-like skin and white, purple, or reddish flesh, which is fucking crazy.
Yep.
Because then they're saying that sweet potatoes, there are varieties of sweet potatoes which come from the morning glory family. Skin color can be white, yellow, red, purple, or brown. I didn't know that shit.
Mm-hmm.
So while the flesh can be white, yellow, orange, or even orange red. Which orange red, I think that's when we think of sweet potatoes. That's usually what I imagine is an orange red one. And then there's 2 types: there's firm sweet potatoes, which have golden skin and paler flesh, and then soft sweet potatoes, which have copper skin and orange flesh.
Yep. Those are generally what are used right there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think those are the ones that I'm used to. But so you can't think of the last time you had yams. I would say, honestly, overrated for me.
Yeah. Yams, not so much. Sweet potatoes, I've had sweet potatoes fairly recently. I'd definitely say not super recently. I'd say within the last year. But,
all right, so
because I'm like some sweet potato pie. Ooh, buddy.
Yeah. All right, that was the next one on the list. Sweet potatoes, over or under? Or does it get the fair amount of credit it deserves?
I'd say it gets its credit, but it only really, like realistically, and I think this is mainly because of its when it's harvested, is that it only really pops up like around this time of year. You know,
True.
November, December.
True.
So
it only gets whenever it does have its moment, it's time to shine.
Yeah.
It gets about the amount of credit it deserves, and
yeah.
So I'd say it's fair.
So yeah, but I think it would probably lean more towards underrated, only because of the fact that people just generally don't make it right, I guess. You know, they use that canned shit.
True. It just looks like fucking slop.
Yeah, it looks like fucking vomit.
Yeah, that's not. But again, I've had some bomb ass fucking sweet potato pie.
Yeah.
When it's done right.
Yeah. I like it more as a dessert-y kind of thing.
For sure.
Like I don't really want it as a side on my plate. I want it for.
Because and I've seen people who like they'll put that like next to a steak, and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, man? Like that's reserved for mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
Like that's a good steak side.
Yeah,
mashed potatoes and like some veggies or something, dude.
Yeah. Because like I've had like sweet potato fries before, and no.
Because there's no real condiment you can dip them in that kind of goes well with that flavor.
Yeah.
And it's not that like we're hating on it. It's just sweet potatoes are meant to be. The word sweet is in the fucking name.
Yeah.
Keep it as a dessert.
Yeah.
Like just keep it as a dessert. That way it keeps its shine.
I mean, I guess the only other way is if you did it almost kind of like if you did them as a fry, you'd maybe like sprinkle some sugar on them and maybe some cinnamon.
Yeah.
And did kind of like a sweet fry kind of deal.
Yeah, but that's too much. That's doing too much.
Yeah.
For me, personally. I mean, that's just me. Oh, you scratching. See, you got the beard now. You're fucking scratching all over the place. Here you go, be easy. Get rid of it. All right, I think this is one of our favorites. Pumpkin pie. Over, under. I say under.
Under.
It's so slept on.
It is.
But for me, it's like it's damn near neck and neck with the sweet potato.
Yeah. Oh, I'll fuck up some pumpkin pie.
Oh, nigga.
I mean, if you had pumpkin pie and sweet potato pie, I'm probably gonna go for the pumpkin.
I mean, I could do either, but yeah, my first option honestly would probably be pumpkin pie.
Mm-hmm.
I think we talked about on Shoot the Shit how like you can throw that shit from a can. I don't give a fuck. I'm fucking it up. It's just there's something about that taste.
Mm-hmm.
And it like a DJ, his mom would make the sweet potato and then my Aunt Laura would make the pumpkin, and we put it on the table. And it's such a slight difference, depending on how it's made. Like you get that canned vomit shit, it's obviously not gonna be good at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, for me, when I tasted those two like side by side, I was like, man, it's very
similar.
Very similar, but it's a very subtle difference.
Yep.
That makes me lean more toward pumpkin pie.
Yep.
But if I go to a Thanksgiving gathering and all they have is sweet potato, I'll fuck that shit up. I just gotta have. That's one of the things that that's probably one of my favorite parts of Thanksgiving is really the dessert aspect of it.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, the turkey and shit, but the ham or whatever the fuck it is people choose to. That's a weird question. Why do you think certain families, why every family has a certain tradition of their main meat course? Meaning
like turkey or ham.
Turkey
or
ham,
like
yeah.
That.
What kind of family were y'all?
See, we had both. Honestly,
yeah, I think we did too.
Like you know, our grandma would make turkey and someone else would make ham. So I mean, I don't know. I think it was just one of those things. But I mean, you know, every time for the Thanksgiving, all the family get together. So I mean, there usually end up being like over a dozen people there. So
right,
I mean, you know, mostly just like trying to feed everyone.
Yeah, I can respect it. Yeah, you know how big Mexican families are. Maybe 97 people packed in my grandma's living room and shit, trying to breathe. Table full of meats and just goodies and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we got another side. We got another side on the list. Well, actually, a few more. Mashed potatoes. Over under. For Thanksgiving, I would definitely give those an over. Personally, because I can eat some mashed potatoes, but when I'm eating turkey or ham for Thanksgiving, like potatoes with like beef or steak or some shit like that, definitely a great mixture for me. Throw some chop up some veggies, you know, even if you want to blend them in and be a sick savage fuck, you can do that too. But for Thanksgiving, like I never see Thanksgiving as a time to eat like real. Just like, because I want to fill my stomach up with like fucking turkey or ham or pumpkin pie or mac and cheese or something like that. So like the mashed potatoes are always there, for sure.
Yeah.
But it's not something for me. I'm just gonna let me get 10 scoops of that shit.
Maybe overrated, but honestly, only due to the fact that I don't know. I like my potatoes a certain way. I mean, I fucking love potatoes. I fuck up potatoes every day. Sure. And you know, for leftovers and stuff, make the turkey sandwich because I'd always throw like some mashed potatoes on that shit. So I guess overrated if they're not done right, underrated if they're done right.
Yeah, it's a cop out move though.
Yeah.
So, but okay, so
I mean, if you give me like some nice like creamy mashed potatoes, and maybe like some douche potatoes, then maybe.
Well, how do you like your potatoes? You said you have a specific.
I generally like the creamy with the Like you throw in like some cream, butter,
Oh,
some
okay.
seasoning, stuff like that.
So they're super smooth.
Yeah, smooth
Gotcha.
and rich and stuff. Instead of, just like mashing up potatoes and calling it a
Dude,
day.
I've had some potatoes with like, I mean, I can withstand a lump or two, like here and there, but if you're gonna give me mad fucking lumps all throughout,
Yeah.
it kind of ruins it for me. It's a
Yeah.
texture thing.
Yeah.
Like same with like, like I don't know. We've said some. What's some texture shit we've had? Oh, like the shit that you said was grainy on the other show.
Coconut?
Yeah,
Yeah.
grainy. Like that shit is just.
Yeah.
It kind of throws me off.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I know that's just potatoes. I'm like, ugh. It hits your teeth or your roof of your mouth or your tongue a certain way, and you're like,
Yeah.
oop, nope, I'm gonna pass. I'm out on these. Is there what do mashed potatoes go best with? Like if you could like your dream meal with mashed potatoes involved.
Ooh.
Like again for me, like dude, give me like a fucking like a 12-ounce steak with like some asparagus, broccoli, and some carrots, some steamed with some mashed potatoes. Throw some pepper on them shits. Maybe have some broccoli in the potatoes. Who knows? But it's gotta go fucking great with the steak.
Mm-hmm.
They gotta be able to complement whatever it is you're eating.
Yeah. Chicken fried steak.
But I'm tripping. That's like one of the best meals ever.
Yeah. Chicken fried steak, mashed potatoes. Get some
Corn, yeah. And we need
and a roll.
Oh, matter of fact, Saturday to eat. Oh, we're gonna do the Friendsgiving thing.
Yeah.
Fuck. I was gonna say we need to go to fucking Texas Roadhouse and get you on one of those chicken fried steaks. Ooh wee, son. The gravy, like it's a little sweet, it's not like overpowering, but shit, I mean, you might be able to eat the sides. I reserve all my stomach room for that fucking steak, that chicken fried steak. Like, ask Sarah, I don't even get a drink. They're like, what do you want to drink? I'm like, bring me my Sprite after you see my plate is empty, because otherwise, if I take a few sips, it fills me up,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm out. Like, I'm done. So I gotta reserve my shit for that chicken fried steak. I don't even eat sides. Sarah's like, they asked me what I want for my sides, and I just point to Sarah. She's like, oh, well, he's gonna have blah blah blah, because I'm not gonna eat it.
Mm-hmm.
Just straight up chicken fried steak. Goddamn. All right, number 4, son. Stuffing. Over under. There are so many ways to make stuffing,
Yeah.
but to be honest, if I'm being honest, I've never been a fan of stuffing. So for me, they're overrated. It's overrated.
Honestly, like, I would say overrated due to the fact I've only had, at least that I know of, the store-bought shit, the stovetop stuffing and shit like that.
Right. So you never had like the homemade.
Yeah. Which, I mean, the stovetop ain't bad, but, I mean, you kind of know what you're getting. So.
Yeah, that's a great point. I don't think anybody has ever really made homemade stuffing for one of our Thanksgiving gatherings that I'm aware of, because most of it generally tastes the same. So
yeah,
maybe that's
it's all the stovetop.
probably stovetop, yeah.
And stuffing is one of those things that takes like quite a bit of time, because it's pretty much just old bread with some seasonings.
No shit. Yeah, I never knew what the
realistically.
fuck stuffing was.
Yeah, because I mean, because you gotta take, you take your old bread and then you gotta like leave it out, let it dry out, and get kind of stale and stuff.
Right.
Cut it up and then.
And what the fuck else is in there? Because now that you pointed out, I
usually like celery and
right
some other seasonings and.
Stuffing. Do people put stuffing in turkey sometimes?
They do that, right? That's actually generally the way you're supposed to do it.
Okay.
You put the stuffing in the turkey with like rosemary and stuff.
Yeah, see.
That'll help soak up the turkey juices and release the flavor into the turkey. Then you pull it out and you eat what you stuff the turkey with.
That's why that stovetop shit is bullshit. Because it's usually like in a pan whenever we see it. Yep. And after we eat it, you're just like, yeah, that's food. Like it's never nothing special.
Yeah.
I mean, so for me, it's hella overrated.
Yeah.
Because like I said, the stovetop thing, it's kind of like, who really makes that shit?
Yeah.
Or if they do make it, who makes it very well?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's overrated. It's not really something that's ever been high on my list. Out of this top 10 list, it would definitely be number 10 if we had to rank them.
Yeah.
All right, here we go, son. Cranberry sauce. For me, it's over.
Yeah. Over.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't really care for it, but I know everyone just uses the canned stuff. Canned sauce.
For sure.
So, I mean, I've tried making homemade cranberry sauce before, and it's
Is it a pain in the ass to make?
it's a bit of a pain in the ass
Oh,
because you got to add a lot of sugar to that shit because cranberries are very they're kind of bitter, very tart.
right.
So I tried it one time and it wasn't bad, but you know, the other people, they were kind of, because I made it for a Thanksgiving thing, and they were kind of like, yeah, you know, they're white trash, so they're like, no, we like the canned stuff. I was like, all right, well, fuck me, I guess.
The canned stuff always seems way too bitter, way too tart, and way too sweet.
Yeah.
Like, I honestly don't even know what the fuck you eat that with.
It's one of those things. Some people like to just like put it on something and kind of eat it with it,
but like,
or they'll just kind of like,
I think I've seen people put it in between like a roll
yeah,
or like a biscuit or something.
yeah,
And like, I've tried it. I'm like, this is fucking weird tasting. Like,
Yeah.
it's just the buttermilk with the tart, sweet, bitter cranberry sauce. It's just never been my thing. It's like, it's fucking.
Well, see, I kind of like. I mean, I know I personally I kind of like the like butter and jelly in a biscuit.
Well, yeah, but that's
'Cause that's
different.
fucking good,
Yeah, well, that's
but-
delicious. Yeah, like jelly on a biscuit for breakfast or something.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a different story. You're talking two completely different sports.
yeah. But
know
I
what I
guess
mean?
you know people eat it like that as kind of a thing. I think generally like you make like a cranberry sauce, and I think some people might put that on like their meat and stuff.
That's unheard of.
Yeah,
That's not for your boy.
yeah,
Don't. So verdict on that one is overrated, right?
yeah. Overrated.
All right. So here we go. Be easy. We're down to the last two. What do you think they could be? Actually, don't take a guess. All right.
All
So
right.
number 2 on this list was ham. What do we got? Over under.
Under.
Under as fuck.
Yeah.
You can't sleep on a good ham.
No, you can't.
A honey ham for motherfucking Thanksgiving,
Mm-hmm.
son. The options with the fucking ham. First of all,
Mm-hmm.
super versatile. One of the best. I would say, I would put this over turkey as far as leftover foods,
Mm-hmm.
because you got to admit, another great thing about Thanksgiving is the leftovers.
Yep.
I mean, depending on how long you stretch that shit out, but I mean,
Yeah.
you don't really want to fucking go 2-3 weeks eating.
No.
Yeah,
No.
that's how you fuck around and catch some type of cancer.
Yeah, that's how you get food poisoning.
Yeah, be shitting needles.
Mm.
Yeah, you don't want none of that.
Shit your colon.
Oh shit, it's gone. So as far as the ham, what's like the best style as far as like are you going?
I generally go for the Black Forest ham.
Yeah,
I'm not a big fan of honey ham. I don't like.
well, I'm talking like a big fucking ham that like everyone's
Oh.
carving out of, like for like a Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
You going Black Forest?
Yeah.
Huh? I didn't know you could do that
Well, I mean,
for Thanksgiving. I mean, you can do anything,
you can,
but I mean,
well, you can eat whatever you want for Thanksgiving. I mean, I'll fuck around and go get McDonald's for Thanksgiving if I had to.
shit, you just had a sandwich and I just had a can of soup. That's our fucking Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I don't know if we said that or not.
Yeah.
But yeah, but I mean, like for Thanksgiving, if you're getting ham as your main meat, no homo,
As my main meat.
no homo. What
No
are you?
homo.
What are you slapping on the side of that? Some mac and cheese, some mashed potatoes. What are we?
Yeah,
obviously
I mean,
not stuffing, but
Yeah, I mean, for me, it'd be, I guess I'd do ham, some mac and cheese, bacon mac and cheese.
white folk shit.
Gotta add some pork with that pork.
Right.
Mashed potatoes with gravy and a nice dinner roll.
There you go. That's how you do it. That sounds like a prison meal, but yeah, no, I'm
Yeah.
just playing. But okay, so, oh, man, Actually, that
Ooh,
is.
green bean casserole.
Yeah.
Gotta throw some green bean
Oh,
casserole.
you know, we didn't even make the list. Over under.
Fucking under.
Under as fuck. The GBC, son. The green bean, man. God damn. I can't believe I used to hate that shit as a kid.
It doesn't look very
No,
appetizing.
it's not very appealing at all. Aesthetically appeasing at all. It is.
Yeah.
You can look at it sometimes. Like, but what's crazy is
Like, you know what? I know I've had green bean casserole, and I know I've had it from green beans out of the can. And honestly, like for me, from what you're going to hear from me is that fucking, if you're cooking out of fucking cans, just stop cooking.
Oh yeah.
Just, especially if you're trying to serve it to other people, just give up.
Give it up. Let it go.
Yeah, then leave it to people who actually know what the fuck they're doing in the kitchen.
Well, because like I feel like if you're doing it from a can, as someone who can't cook, honestly, that's why I don't do it.
Yeah.
Because I already know shit from a can tastes like shit from a can.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna sit there and go out of my way to try to fucking make something pretty.
Yeah.
When it's gonna taste like shit. That's why I just leave it to people like you and Navarre who can actually cook. But like, it's like whenever you see somebody who really tries to throw down in the kitchen with cans, it's always a half-ass effort.
Yep.
And you can taste it. Like, you can literally, like, that's why that old saying, oh, you really put your foot in this one, because that means they were in there, like, stripping the greens or, you know, fucking mashing the potatoes, like with brass knuckles or some shit, like putting their blood, sweat, and tears into it. And those meals are the ones that'll fucking knock your socks off.
Yeah.
And that's the type of shit that, man, you can't beat. Like, the definition of a home-cooked meal. Like I think it's funny when people will do the canned shit, like, oh, that's a good home-cooked meal. Like, oh, yeah, how's all that processed food tasting, by the way?
Yeah, right.
You know? Like, how's that cancer going down? All right. Numero uno. You know what it is.
Chicken.
What? Shut the fuck up, bro. Turkey. Over, under. I'll go first. I'll throw it out there. I'll fucking say over. But you give me... Okay, so go ahead. What you got? Over, under. Don't be scared, son. You're not going to hurt nobody's feelings.
Over.
It's overrated. It's overrated.
I don't know. Like I said, it's
I'm
one of
gonna
those things. Like, I've had some, like, dry ass turkey. Like,
that's
kind,
what I'm saying.
kind of turkey that, you know, you need to pound like a gallon of water just to wash down.
But see, that's my problem is, I'd say if I had 50 Thanksgiving gatherings, 48 of those turkeys were drier than fucking shit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just dry. Like sandpaper fucking dry. Sandbox dry. Just, and like, I know people say like, oh, well, you need to have the gravy. Like, that's the thing. Like, I get that.
That's like putting a Band-Aid on a bullet wound.
Yeah, and like, see, the thing is, like, I get certain meats do go great with certain condiments or sauces or whatever, but like a turkey is one of those where I think of, and I want it to be juicy, where I can just pull it off, full of, you know, flavor, seasoning, be juicy as shit, soft.
If you have to add something to make your food like good, then you're trash.
And see, you don't need to do that with the ham.
No, you don't.
It's fucking good. Like, you're a Black Forest, I'm a fucking honey guy.
Mm-hmm.
Or I dude, if you could smoke it, I don't give a fuck what you do. I'm just a ham over turkey guy. As far as like, if we're going Thanksgiving, but like, so if we were having a battle, I mean, I think we already have a clear-cut winner here. Turkey versus ham, it's gonna be ham.
Yeah.
That's what the first thing I'm going for.
I mean, I know it's one of those things because most of the time people, if they're going to do ham, honestly, I don't know a lot of people who like actually like go and get like the big thing of ham and actually cook it at home.
Right.
Because ham is one of those things. It's a lot like turkey. Like, it needs to cook for a long period of time.
Yeah.
Because ham is a very tough cut.
Yeah.
So that's why people generally do the honey ham, because honey has the stuff in it, a lot like pineapples and stuff, that it actually helps break down the proteins and softens it up.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. So that's why generally, like, whenever you see ham, the popular ones are like honey ham, or you know, you go to the, you know, banquets or whatever, and they got like the little pineapple on the ham and stuff, because they used pineapple with it to help
I didn't know
break
that.
it down. Yeah,
That's crazy.
Yeah, because if you just like go out, buy like a raw thing of ham, toss it in the oven, and cook it for a couple hours, I mean, it'll be good, but it's going to be tougher than
shit.
holy shit.
Yeah.
So.
Never thought about that. That's crazy that pineapples can do that.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Look at me getting education out of all that cooking classes.
Yeah. I mean, you only paid X amount of dollars for it, but hey.
Actually, you want to know what the fucked up thing is?
Huh.
I actually learned that from an anime, not from cooking school.
Really?
Yeah.
God damn it, Brian.
But it was a cooking anime, so kind of worked out.
There's fucking cooking animes? Jesus.
Yeah. They're fucking good. I've tried out a couple of those recipes.
I was just about to say, I was at Target the other day, and I saw a fucking cookbook, an anime cookbook.
Yep.
From like you see like how Sarah's always like, oh, those fucking things look good. I wish I knew what it was. They have one. They have a Harry Potter cookbook.
Yep.
There was another one. It was a big anime. Fuck, I can't remember what it was. I think it was Naruto or some shit like that. That fucking thing was this big, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, what the fuck? It was like, oh, these are all the different types of chicken and dumplings or dumplings and blah, blah, blah that they make. And it's like 30-something pages of different recipes of all the types that they've eaten.
Maybe like One Piece or something.
So something.
Yeah.
Oh, she gone.
Well, that's gone forever.
Oh, yeah. Can you lose something down the crack of the bed? All right, so here's a little bonus question. And this doesn't necessarily apply to Thanksgiving. It could be for anything. Because, okay, the question is, how hot do you need your food to be to eat it? And I asked that question because Sarah and her crazy African-ass family, they'll get like a bologna sandwich. I don't even know if they eat bologna. But they'll get that sandwich and throw it in the microwave for like 17 minutes.
Jesus fuck.
It comes out and it's fucking like dry. It's just gone. The food is non-existent. I'm like, how in the holy fuck are you even eating? And then they just let it sit for like 5 minutes. Well, which 5 minutes is not enough time for the food to cool down. Dude, I'll throw my shit in, honestly, like leftovers or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Minute and a half. I want some warmth to it.
Yeah.
But I don't want it steaming when it comes out that bitch.
Yeah.
What about you?
Well, I think it depends on what it is, obviously. I mean, sandwiches and stuff, I can eat cold sandwiches.
Oh, yeah.
But like for hot foods, honestly, it depends on the time of year. Honestly, because like if it's summer, I'm probably going to stay away from the hot foods.
Yeah, true.
I'm probably going to just get them up to maybe about 100, 110.
Like normal eating temperatures.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like, it could be fucking summer, dude, and they're throwing shit in the microwave for like 20 minutes. I'm like, god damn. And I done took a shower, gave Kane a bath. Like, this motherfucker's still in the microwave. Damn. Yeah, and I had another question.
I know, like, minimum safe temp for hot foods is 135.
Really?
And that's for the industry, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, if it's below 135, you have to, reheat it.
Okay, you just reminded me of my question. Okay, like the same thing with, how Israel and me, we audio engineer, and we can never listen to just music.
Yeah.
As through our consumer ears, we have a tough time putting those ears away.
Yeah.
So we're constantly listening for the specs and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Now that you know so much about cooking and food and stuff like that, does that make eating or cooking or whatever a little more difficult, like harder to enjoy or something like that? Now that you know how like something should taste or how it should have been made?
Yes. I'd say it definitely affects whenever I go out to eat and stuff.
Right.
Because first thing I'll look at is presentation.
Right.
So, I mean, because you eat with your eyes before you actually eat. Yeah. So, obviously, I'm going to look at presentation and see how much, attention to detail they put into something. Did they actually take the time to plate it to look good or anything like that? And because that'll be like your biggest indicator.
Right.
Then second, temperature. After I take the bite, I'm taking taste and I'm taking temperature. Is it, at proper temperatures and stuff? And then, is it properly seasoned? Was it cooked properly and everything? And then, how well did they balance the flavors between stuff?
See, that's something I'm so glad I'm ignorant to, like, because I know that would totally fuck everything up for me.
Yeah.
Because like I can just eat like the fried catfish whenever Sarah we went to Willie's. I'm sure had you tried it, you'd be like, oh, this needs this, or this lacks to this, or this needs more of this. As me, as just a consumer, like as a basic no nonsense having a food type person, I can eat and be like, oh yeah, that's pretty decent, it's pretty good. Like, cause never having it to never throwing my own blends of seasonings or ways to do it. Like, I've only ever had other people's foods, so that's why I'm like, you know what, I don't want to get too deep into it, because I feel like it'll fuck me up.
Well, it all depends on where I go. Like, if we go to like Zaxby's and stuff, I know what I'm getting.
Oh, yeah.
So like, I'm not really expecting a whole hell of a lot.
Well, yeah.
It's fried chicken and French fries. So
yeah, it's not like it's not like gourmet, but like,
yeah. But if I went to like Red Lobster or some kind of fancy place, then I'm gonna be really critical.
Yeah. I mean, for one, about the shit, and two, it's not exactly cheap.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you kind of got a lot to look into whenever you're, especially as someone who went to school for it. And
yeah, that's why I'm like really critical of buffets too.
Oh yeah.
Because buffets are. Yeah.
Buffets.
Have you ever gotten cold food at a buffet?
Yes.
Like you pull out of the hot plate and there's cold spots.
Yes, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's
a.
That's how you know you're at a shit buffet.
How many of those have you been to?
A couple.
God damn.
And there was one that I really liked in Oak Harbor back in Washington.
Mm-hmm.
It was a Asian buffet, and I liked it. I mean, it wasn't bad for the price. Because
Right.
For lunch, you're looking at like $10 for lunch,
Right.
$12. Then something like 18 or 20 for dinner. And it wasn't bad, but there were a couple times where I've pulled food out and it was kind of cold, so I was like,
And that's obviously something you don't want.
No, because if there's cold spots, which means there's going to be warm spots and hot spots, which means your temperature's not in the proper range for hot hell food.
Right.
When it dips below 135, and it's pretty much in between kind of like the 70 and 100 range.
Mm-hmm.
That's when it's most susceptible to getting you sick, foodborne illness.
Right.
So, yeah.
All right, well, you came through and dropped some knowledge. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Now, so just, I mean, I guess you shouldn't really avoid them. I mean, you can if you want, but if you sense that type of shit, just leave it alone.
And that's why, like, I have a habit now of, like, whenever I go to buffets and stuff, whenever I go up to something to get some food, if it's like the fried rice or the noodles and stuff like that,
Right.
like I'll take like the little serving spoon or whatever, and I'll kind of move everything around,
Right.
kind of mix it all up.
Gotcha.
So
it's just kind of, if it is hot spots, they kind of
kind of move it around. And
Well, that's smart. Yeah, I don't do any of that. I think I've 100% eaten some cold food from there, not thinking anything of it. Now that I think about it, I think it did make me feel like shit.
Yeah.
Like I didn't get like, I wasn't like vomiting everywhere or shitting everywhere, but I definitely felt kind of queasy, where I was like, ugh, like stomach felt kind of sour or something.
Yep.
Yeah. And it was usually with like some type of meat or something. Yeah, it's probably not good. So
yeah.
All right, man. Well, that was our Thanksgiving. You want to wrap it up?
Sure.
Unless you got something else. You got some other food you want to over
Um,
under? I mean, that was just the top 10 list that I could.
Yeah. Well, honestly, that seemed to be like most of the stuff I'd see at Thanksgiving.
Yeah, more or less.
Like I've never. I don't know. Like really, I generally don't see more than that at Thanksgiving.
Oh, I think there was other stuff on there, but I was like, that's some shit like I've never heard of, and I figured I wanted to throw the stuff on here that I'm pretty
Mhm.
sure we both had.
Yeah, because I mean, it wasn't on the list, but we talked about the green bean
Oh, yeah, yeah.
casserole. Yeah, and
There's got to be something else. I just can't think of it right now. At the moment we stop rolling, we'll come up with like 7 or 8 things.
Well, if we can't think of it, then it can't have been that good.
Yeah, no shit. Not worthy of bringing back
Yeah.
or bringing up. Yeah, man, that's really all I got for. I just wanted to do this little Thanksgiving one. I'm probably gonna edit and load this shit up today since it's Thanksgiving,
Yeah.
And then we'll do the Pokemon one with Israel, and then the next one we're probably gonna do another over under, but it's just gonna be a bunch of random shit.
All right.
Yeah, just anything from like, well, I don't know. We'll talk about it when that happens. We'll cross that bridge when we get there.
All right.
But yeah, as far as like you said, because I got 2 more episodes already ready to go. But yeah, man, let's go ahead and wrap this shit up. And we got work today at what time? 3:30.
Yes.
That's already 1 o'clock.
Damn.
Yeah. Son of beach.
Yeah.
Fuck. Pokemon. Fuck it. All right, folks. That was episode. What is this? 8. Yes, 8 of Nothing Special. That was the Thanksgiving food over under. We'll probably do some more of these. I'm pretty sure Brian has some ideas for some over under shits we'll come up with or whatever. We'll hit y'all with that shit soon. Keeping themes is actually harder than I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, realistically, you're going to think about, the first thing that's going to come to mind are your interests.
Yeah.
And then
you got to start digging deep for other interests.
Yeah.
For other people, which I guess that's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
I guess it's good to get those out of the way first.
Yeah.
That way, it kind of lets the listeners in on us or whatever a little bit more. But
Yeah.
yeah. All right. Well, let's go ahead and get the fuck up out of here. That was episode 8. Happy Thanksgiving, fuckers.
Happy Thanksgiving.
All right, peace.
Peace.